Hello again, YouTube. This is Data Mechanic. I'm back with another video, and today I'm doing rear brake pads and rotors on a 2004 Chevy Impala. This is what your brake pad should look like, and this is what your rotor should look like. Remove the cap from the brake reservoir. Be advised, once the car is in the air, the back wheels do spin. It's going to be hard for you to use a four-way or a breaker bar to get those lug nuts off. I'll be using the impact so I can have it in the air, but if you're using the impact or a four-way or a breaker bar, I recommend breaking the lug nuts loose while it's on the ground, then raising it and taking the lug nuts all the way off. I have my jack set up as usual, using the center beam when possible. And I have my jack stand for safety. First thing we have to do is remove this caliper. There's two 14mm bolts, one here and one here, so we can go ahead and get those removed. This is a very tiny caliper. We can just go ahead and let that hang. Let's pull the old brake pads off. Actually, let's just go ahead and remove the caliper bracket. It'll be easier to do it that way. So two 13mm bolts in the back. We can go ahead and get those removed. All right, now that we got our two caliper bracket bolts out, we can take the caliper bracket off and just pop the brake pads off that way. It's still kind of stuck. So I'm going to go ahead and just knock these out. All right, so now we can go ahead and remove our rotor. This is the old rotor, obviously. Now we can go ahead and put our new rotor on. Get your caliper bracket and the bolts, and you want to get that back on. So I'm going to go ahead and get these two bolts in the back of this bracket. Now that the bracket is on, we can go ahead and put our new pads in. The one with the sensor I'm putting on the back. The one without, I'm putting on the front. In order to get the caliper back on, you have to press the brake pads back in. So I have a C-clamp, an old pad set up, and I'm going to turn clockwise in order to get the piston pressed all the way back in. And once that's all the way in, I can go ahead and set my caliper back on. Now I'm tightening my two bolts to hold my caliper in place. All right, everything is tight. Now it's time to get our wheel back on. go ahead and start putting my lug nuts back on. Alright, got my lug nuts on, got them torqued down. Now all we got to do now is get the car back on the ground, put our top back on the brake fluid reservoir, and we'll be done. And that is pretty much how you do the back brakes and rotors on a 2004 Chevy Impala. Alright, well, that's another video in the books. If you like the video, like, subscribe, leave a comment. If there's anything I left out, let me know. Anything I could have done better, let me know as well. All feedback is welcome. So until next time, this is Dave the Mechanic. See you again in another video.